Welcome to my speech on why I should be elected as the Securities and Exchange Commission's commissioner. Now, first of all, I think that we should rid Starbucks from just every single location they have ever occupied. Like, even if there's someone there now, we're still gonna oust any remnants of Starbucks from it. It's like bugs. It's like squashing roaches. That is my mission statement. If you elect me as commissioner of the Securities and Exchange Commission, because I personally believe that Starbucks is a monopoly. Like what other coffee chain stores are there? Like you got Dunkin' Donuts, which I mean you got like Dunkachino and stuff, which is pretty cool, but like you don't really see those. Yeah, okay. There's this one on the other side of town, like it's near the thrift store, and like what's it called? Like the place where you can get the root beer and the fish, like Long John Silver's and A&W. Like it's close to that, but like then there's one by the Starbucks, and you never see anyone go in it. I feel like that might be a money laundering scheme, and I think we should. If I was commissioner of the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, I would also oust all Dunkin' Donuts stores from the world or from America, because that's all my jurisdiction would be as a Securities and Exchange Commissioner. I would oust them from all of America because pretty clearly all of the business is going to Starbucks, and there's no possible way they're making enough profits to keep themselves afloat. It is clearly a front by the American mafia to launder money, which is why I shall take down both Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts. That also brings me to my next point, which as commissioner of the Securities and Exchange Commission, I will also take down the American mafia, as they've been I don't know if you've heard about them, but like they don't make very legitimate money, and as a commissioner of the Securities and Exchange Commission, you kind of have to make sure that money and business is being conducted properly, which they have not been doing. Like, you gotta follow laws, which they do not, and then they make money off of not following laws, which I don't appreciate, and I will not withstand when I am commissioner of the Securities and Exchange Commission. Another thing I will do is oust all falsely advertised products from store shelves. This is including store brands of cereal or name brands of cereal, because store brands are cheap and they are at a lower price point, and yet most of the time they taste either the same or just as or even better sometimes. Like normal Fruit Loops, they don't, like, they got kind of like a jalapeno taste going on with them, but like when you have store brand Fruit Loops, they don't like have that. They actually taste like fruit, which I prefer. I don't like having a spicy kick when I wake up in the morning and go to my job as a Securities and Exchange Commissioner, which is why I shall oust Fruit Loops from store shelves, and they will all be replaced with uh, uh, Aldi's brand Fruit Loops. I believe they are called Fruit Rings, and they taste better, which is why I shall replace them. And another thing I shall do is replace all. I shall replace all knockoffs of Cinnamon Toast Crunch because they are all very hard. They don't crunch. They just snap because they like over bake them, and then they just kind of like pour cinnamon on top of them. So you just kind of have a pile of cinnamon sugar at the bottom of your bag, and after when like what are you gonna do with that? Like they say you should pour it in the milk, but the problem is since it's a knockoff, it's a lower quality cinnamon sugar, which as a as commissioner of the Securities and Exchange Commission, I will make sure that only the highest of quality of materials will be used for every single product manufactured. Just everything. Now I shall take a short break and go get some water and enjoy some royalty-free music in the meantime. Alright, we are back, and another point I would like to hit as a policy of when I am the commissioner of the Securities and Exchange Commission is I shall make all video games free because sometimes I don't want to pay for a video game. And I go into Walmart and I walk to the back of the store and I go past like all the people and I don't have my wallet on me because I got mugged in the parking lot. And after you get mugged, sometimes you just kind of get a hankering to play some Super Mario All Stars on the Switch, and then you go back to like the electronics section, and for some reason they like flipped it recently, like all of the records and like the CDs and the games and stuff, and like like where they have the new PS5. It's like in a like a plex in like a plexiglass case, and like you can play like Mafia 6 or whatever on the or you can demo it, and like that's like it's they used to be all on the right side and they had like the big cases and stuff, but now they're on the left side and like all of the like cameras and stuff and like microphones are on the right side, which is kind of confusing. But like you go back into that section and you walk to the right at first, and then you realize that it's been switched, and you go to the case of the new Nintendo Switch games, and you see Super Mario All Stars, like 3D All Stars, which like we all know that 3 dimensions are better than 2, which is a pretty good marketing campaign, which is something I would not get rid of as Securities and Exchange Commission's counselor. So you go back there and you find it, and you realize that it is in fact $60, and you reach into your back pocket of your suit for your wallet, and it is in fact not there because you were mugged just like 20 minutes ago in the parking lot, and then you realize, dang, I really want to play some Super Mario 3D All-Stars on my Nintendo Switch, and you can't. because you don't have money because you were mugged. So you go to the clerk and you go, hey, can I get this video game for free? And the clerk says, I'm sorry, I can't do that for you. So you leave, and then you have to go back past the muggers, which is it's just that's just kind of embarrassing because like you just saw them and they took all your money, and then you have to walk back past them. Like that's another thing I would stop as the counselor of the Securities and Exchange Commission. I would get rid of all muggers. Like if you have ever stolen a thing off someone, you will be thrown in a high security prison with all the other thugs that commit crimes, because you're honestly just a terrible criminal if you have ever stolen a single thing in your life. And then and another policy is that all video games, they will be free. And I was reading about Super Mario 3D All Stars. Like, I don't have a Nintendo Switch yet because I've been spending all my money on my campaign for the counselor of the Security and Exchange Commission. And I'm of course not going to buy a game for a console I do not own. And then I started reading articles about it because I'm in that, like, the early game hype. And I start reading that it's going to be like available until like January, which, like, I'm sorry, man. Like, I kind of want it because it's cool, and like I can play all three Super Mario games on one cartridge, which has never it just never happened. So as counselor of the Securities and Exchange Commission, I would get rid of all time limits on products. That is right. All products will be available at all times. No product will ever be retired under my watch. So you can always obtain it. It's just logical. And I would like to continue on my discussion of free video games for all. The rule would be that if you pay the salary of a worker at the retail store that you are currently in, you will get that video game free. So, like, say they're on like $12 an hour, and like they've worked like that'd be like that'd be like how many dollars? It'd be be like $18, I guess. Like you just give them that, and they'd be like, "Yo, thanks. I can finally go home to my wife and children, and I can give them nourishment, and then you get a free game. Like, everybody wins there. Like, they get paid, and you get a game. Uh, like nobody loses. And another policy I would have is that again, no product will ever finish production, and that even includes past products that have already went out of production, such as like stuff from the 40s, and companies that have gone out of business. That is right. Every single company that has ever existed will be reinstated under my commissionership of the Securities and Exchange Commission. We will personally pay for every single company to be reinstated and resupplied so that they can continue producing every single product they ever produced, even ones in limited numbers. And that is another thing that we will be adding to the Securities and Exchange Commission. All products there will be no limited supply run. Say there's a diamond encrusted watch that only ran like 20 units, that now will be put into the millions, and everyone will get a chance to buy it, which that brings me to my next point, in which all products will have the same price, except for video games that will be free. Every single product will be $19.99 because I think that that is a fair price. It's like you see that price like everywhere, so like why shouldn't everything be $19.99? Like if I can get like a 6 pack of like Hershey's bars at like the grocery store for that much, why can't I get like a car for that much? That's another thing. Every single car will also be reinstated, and for the same, all for the price of $19.99. Now you may ask me, uh, commissioner, uh, future commissioner, because to be honest here, there's no competition. I'm clearly going to win the race. You may ask me, how will this work? The the production cost of vehicles is way above what you are quoting them. What we are going to do, we are simply going to get rid of almost all money. We are going to virtually delete all inflation overnight. We will have every person be awarded $100 and just shred the rest, honestly. Like, like, it'll just be better for all if we erase all money except for everybody having $100. It'll just do better. Now comes the time in our program for me to take my second water break. Please enjoy more royalty-free music. Welcome back to the program. I would like to tell you more of my plans, but it seems that we are running out of time. You may be wondering to yourself, sir, if your ideas, they sound pretty doggone good. Where can I vote for you to get you instated as Commissioner of the Securities and Exchange Commission? Well, my good American citizen, we simply cannot just rely on elections. We must fully overthrow the government to get me as the Commissioner of the Securities and Exchange Commission. You may think that that means that we will be overthrowing the entire government, but if you think that, you would be wrong, because I'm simply going to keep the entire government, but I will forcefully take power of the Securities and Exchange Commission, and I will instate all my policies also forcefully. I will be in complete control of the government. Now, if we can just simply overthrow the government, it would be nice, because that means everybody gets $100 free, and if you didn't know, we will not be shredding the money. I will get the rest of it, and I will in fact be the 1% that can afford everything, while everyone else is living in basically hog pens, because the thing is, I lied about making everything $10. Everything will stay at the same rates it is currently, and nobody will be able to afford any essentials. Honestly, like houses they're pretty expensive. Honestly, like you can't really afford a house currently. Like I've kind of looked, like it's pretty expensive, but like maybe you can afford some food for like a week, and then it's just survival of the fittest. Honestly, it's like real world Minecraft, but the biggest point I have is that all games will be free. I did not lie about that. I want free games, and also everybody will continue to create products, and I will reinstate all old companies, so I can get the Atari Jaguar copy of Doom, and play it on my television. That's right, you heard me correct. If I am elected Commissioner of the Securities and Exchange Commission, I will get myself a copy of Doom, the Atari Jaguar. Now, sir, you may be asking yourself, how will I not fall into the pits of despair and failure that my predecessors did? Now, how I will do that, sir, is that I will give every single American man, woman, and child a copy of Doom for the Atari Jaguar. Now, the incentive for people to work is this will give people this will give people what it will give people work ethic, because they will have a copy of Doom for the Atari Jaguar, but they will not have an Atari Jaguar to play that copy of Doom on. Therefore, they will have to go out and get jobs, and they will work at the Atari plants that are producing the copies of Doom for the Atari Jaguar, and then they will work there and they will make money, and when they make enough money, they will be able to buy an Atari Jaguar. It will be just like the days of the Model T. We will make production fast enough, efficient enough, and cheap enough that the workers working in the plants will be able to buy the products they are building, just like in the olden days. And I believe this will bring a new golden age in American economics, securities, and exchanges, which is why you, the American people, should elect me as the the commissioner of the Securities and Exchange Commission. I would like to thank you for coming to my speech, and please elect me. I really want a copy of Atari Jaguar in every home and a turkey in every garage. Thank you, everyone, and I hope you have a peaceful night.